recently I decided that I would start to read more books. These little things right here. Papery hardback embodiments of J.K. Rowling's imagination. From Dumbledore skydiving off a tower to students defecating in their underwear. Hogwarts sure is the place to be. But alas, with my return to literature, I decided that what I would do this time is actually find a complete new book. Because when it comes to me and reading, I have the issue of, basically, I just read Harry Potter books. Every time I decide to read, I think, okay, what Harry Potter book am I going to read today? That's literally a massive problem when it comes to me. So with that decision, I had to put my everlasting love for Dobby's 9-inch Slong at the very back of my mind and head over to amazon.co.uk and purchase this book right here. This Is Why I Hate You by Onision. Actually, no, I didn't do that because I don't want to give my hard-earned money to this absolute complete and utter questionable guy. I didn't want to give my money to that fella who has done rather bad things. Ow, ow. But alas, my subscribers and the NAB Nation, there is still a way we can actually see that this book, by the human embodiments of
censored word,
worse than we can imagine. We haven't seen that title before, have we? We most certainly haven't seen that title. If you start to question me on that title, I will... Ignore that. There is actually a way, as I was saying, that we can see that this book is terrible by taking a look at the reviews and also good old Amazon, good old corporate capitalist billionaire company Amazon, providing us with the first few pages of this book. God bless capitalism. Now, typically, when you get the taste to read another new book which you've never read before, the way you'd go about that is by going into a bookshop and picking up the book and reading the back page, the blurb, where it pretty much gives the premises of what this story is about, this fictional, wonderful story. But the problem is with this book is that there isn't a blurb, there's just a random quote. I wasn't what you wanted, but that's just fine. What you wanted was a lie. What you wanted was yourself. Actually, what I wanted was Ben Solo and Rey Palpatine to live happily ever after on Tatooine. But you know, we all don't get things we want. Do we? No, we don't. We don't, because Ben's gone. Did I just spoil a movie for everyone? It's been out for over a week now. If you haven't seen it, I don't care.
Breaking my heart.
Okay, but despite there being no blurb, there is actually a way we can get a little bit of a premise as to what this story is about, and that's by going on the good old website that pay the bills for me personally. Actually, no, because half the time my videos don't make any money. But, you know, Google have a summary. Within these pages wait violent fights, disease, death, controversy, sexuality, tragedy, and crime. This journal documents a hateful young man's path to darkness. So effectively, this book is a self-reflection of Onision's life, but you know, instead of the path to darkness, it's the path of the inevitability of prison.
So today I want to talk about my time in prison.
And now apparently the whole plot premise of this book is basically a guy called Arthur who lives in a city, you know, he wears makeup on his face, he's been completely abandoned by society to the point of where he's getting beaten up on the streets, he's getting attacked left, right and centre, he is being driven out of the normal scope of mental health, he is being completely driven out of society. He's been abandoned by society and he's creating anarchy, and soon the Joker will be released on Blu-ray and DVD very soon, and it's also available on iTunes and amazon.co.uk for around £10 for DVD and $16.99 on Blu-ray. Now, I fully understand that, you know, this book came out before Arthur Fleck's Joker film, but honestly, I can't help but decipher the parallels between this book and The Killing Joke and the Joker's origin story in general. It just seems so identical, it's almost comical. And you know, at the ending of the Joker film, Arthur Fleck did end up in prison, and there's a good chance Onision could end up in prison.
ironic.
Now, moving away from Sheev Palpatine, we move on to actually taking a little bit of a gander at this book, because luckily enough for us, Amazon do actually provide the first few pages for free. So what we're going to do is just take a look at it. And now for a dramatic audiobook reading from iNabber Television. This audiobook reading was brought to you by the like button. If you don't hit that like button right now, the next video will be sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends. Thank you very much and enjoy this audiobook reading from iNabber Television. Please hit the like button. Thank you very much. Let's go. Introduction. My name is Arthur Gale. I'm a 17-year-old in high school. Of course he's making a story about somebody underage. I'm starting this channel because I feel like no one knows me for who I truly am. My father intentionally is oblivious to the things I've been going through. It's impossible to have a normal human conversation with him. Not that I'd want to talk with that balding, delusional, self-loathing freak. Somebody didn't get their V-Bucks voucher for Christmas. I have no one to talk to, no one to hear me, and not automatically say something dreadfully idiotic in response. This reality leaves me with a void in my life. I need to vent to someone. The problem is, I hate everyone that I've met. Guys, I'm so relatable. I just hate everyone. You know, guys, I hate everyone. Oh yeah, I hate you. I hate my family. My dad didn't get me V-Bucks for Christmas. I hate everyone, guys. Alright. And that is the end of the audiobook reading. We hope you enjoyed it. Please hit the like button or you will be taken over by Raid Shadow Legends. Thank you very much. Now, to be honest, I don't particularly care about this book. It's not like I'm going to read it in my lifetime. I just want to take a look at it for my personal entertainment. But what I can say is that this book is terrible. It just is. I haven't read it, but I know it is. Don't boo me. I'm right. I'm always right. This book is trash. If you want an actual self-loathing story about a tragic character who clearly is trying to go against the raps of society, he's been driven out, and you know, it's just not a good time for him, but you don't relate to him because it's obviously terrible, go watch Joker. Go watch The Dark Knight. There's plenty of anarchy there. Just go pick up a comic book and read a Joker comic because, you know, it's just there. It's ready. Don't read this. It's bad. Join the dark side and just come read a comic book.
Is that all you have to say, Darth?
And you may think I'm being absolutely horrible right now. I haven't even read the book pretty much. I've just read one paragraph. But actually, there are people who have said way worse things than me. Just take a look at this review from somebody called Danny. I honestly did not think that the second book could get worse than the first. And I was... Wait, there's a second book? There's a first book? I mean, we're in luck. 40,000 likes and I'll review the other books. I genuinely didn't know that there was more than one. Happy days, boys. 30,000 likes for that. One would think that the author had read critiques and maybe considered those before squeezing out another loveless attempt at writing. But he didn't. Jesus, this is brutal. This is one review. It just gets worse, though. People just keep going against Onision's book. It's mental. The main character is again just a self-loathing, hateful Mary Sue with a god complex, and all the other characters are unimportant, not described, and barely named. Now, this was written, this review, in 2015. So at this point, there were still some odd people out there that actually liked this guy. Whereas in 2019, I think we can all admit that not many people really like him anymore. But back then, he had somewhat of an audience. So to say this, at that moment of time, it shows how bad it is. I need a nap. I need a nap. This is absolutely disgusting. It's plain, it's wonderful, it's simple. That's the best sort of criticism, you know? You get it out in about 5 words. It's just disgusting, but it continues to get even worse. Literally the worst book I've ever read. I don't think it even deserves a 1-star rating. This is why I hate YouTuber books. I mean, you've summed it up pretty well there, Maddie. I think YouTubers at this point have a horrible history when it comes to writing books, and that was not a pun. People nowadays just think YouTubers write books for money and cheap cash grabs, and to be honest, you're probably not wrong. But to be honest, this makes me sad, because you may not know this, but as a child, I always wanted to be an author. Hence, I've started to read books again. I've started writing again, which I haven't really published anywhere in social media, because I like doing it in my spare time. It's something I've always loved doing, but now I'm worried if I ever release a book, everyone's just going to be like, oh yeah, Zoella 2.0. It's like, no, I like writing. If I was to write a book, it would most likely be sci-fi fantasy. So maybe one day I will. Should I release a book? Let me know in the comment section. 38,000 likes and maybe I'll start. Maybe. I need to read a few more, but, you know, maybe. It'll probably be better than this book. But going back to this book, overall, I am actually rather surprised that this book does have a 2.09 rating out of 5 on this website. But to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if it was just Onision creating new accounts to just give it 5-star ratings to fight the 1-star ratings.
Things aren't good. As you can see, I'm staying in a tent now.
To summarize this book, it does just seem like 2012 and 2009 Tumblr has just been combined with all of the Twitter black and white sad gifs. They've just put it all into one manifestation and it's resulted in This Is Why I Hate You. And as much as this story is about tragedy and sadness, I think the real tragedy that this book has created is the amount of money Onision has most likely made from this book. Hence, I did not want to go ahead and purchase it, and hence, you know, I didn't purchase it. But fair play to the people that have actually sat through it and completely reviewed it. You guys are the real heroes around here. To conclude this video, I give this book that I have not read a 1 out of 10. It is trash based on the reviews and based on that first paragraph we went through. And you know, I did skim through a few pages here and there when I wasn't recording. That is the ending of the video. Please go ahead and like the video. Please, 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 please like the video right now. Thank you very much. Please subscribe and also follow my social medias, iNabber69 at Twitter, Instagram, and iNabber. And you know, I have merchandise, new stuff coming soon maybe, iNabber.shop. Thank you very much for coming along and I'll see you in the next one. Have a wonderful New Year's. Love you all very, very much. This doesn't sound genuine. Bye.